Tall Movie Review Show. Your hosts, Big Red, Austin, and Maximus. Now let's review movies.
Welcome back to the Big and Tall Movie Review Show. I'm RC. I'm with me, as always, is Big Red and Maximus. So I guess the Man of Steel is back.
Yay!
We're supposed to be all excited about this, you know.
I was until I saw it.
It's
It's a bird's plane. It's a flying piece of garbage.
well, I don't
not
know. We're gonna
Got a
pick
clip first.
We're gonna pick. Yeah, we got a clip, and we're gonna pick Big Red's brain on this one. Get a little feedback on what he thinks. All right, let me run through this clip. Now, there's some some music in this clip, so it's kind of just imagine.
Just imagine pretty images. Of
Imagine the gloriousness.
Superman flying.
Yes, here we go.
You just have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is, he's going to change the world.
Well, Mark, did your heart go on for this one?
Well,
What's the world ready? Was the world ready for?
I think the world was ready for a Superman movie. Apparently, though, Warner Brothers wasn't, because this wasn't the one we were waiting for. If you ask me.
Well, let me. I feel like we kind of jumped into this. Let me run through this. It's Man of Steel. They come back, out at the theaters again, starring Henry Cavill as Superman, Amy Adams, who I think's awesome, Kevin Costner, Russell Crowe. I mean, the cast looks pretty solid. Rated PG-13.
They rustled up a lot of A-listers to fill out the
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up as a big fan of Superman back in the day. I know they barfed out some lousy one several years ago. I don't even want to bring it up. I can't even remember. But the focus was get back to Superman again, returning, Man of Steel. What's going on?
Well, basically, we get the whole origin of Superman again.
Yeah.
Which they try to tweak it a little bit, and we get the whole scene at Krypton at the beginning.
Yeah.
But we spend a lot more time on Krypton.
Did they need an
than this
intermission after that?
one. No, I mean, I'd say the first 20 minutes or so is probably Krypton.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe making speeches in the same monotonous tone.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Charles channeling his
Crowe.
inner Marlon Brando a little bit.
It would be nice if somebody would A, give him smelling salts, and B, give him a salad, because it looks like he was struggling to get into the costume there. And,
So he's wearing the whole Jarrell thing.
well, yeah, he's got the S on.
And me and Max are going to kind of pick
then
Big Red's brain because we haven't not seen this picture yet.
Once we get past the Krypton stuff, instead of going along in chronological order, this one picks up Superman or Clark Kent at the age of 33, he's kind of like a Bruce Banner, just wandering around doing jobs, helping people, trying to find his place in the world, and then that intercuts with flashbacks of his childhood in Smallville, which actually it would have been better if they'd have went in chronological order because those scenes were so strong to me. Especially the scenes between the younger Clark Kent and Costner were really good.
Yeah.
And they also, something I've never seen in a Superman movie before, they showed the young Clark Kent, struggling with his powers, trying to control the hearing.
Well, that's
when you're in class, you're seeing your friends' skulls and stuff, and how that weighed on him and made him feel like a freak. Which
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that take on Superman before.
That would have been a good way.
And that would help you build sympathy for the Clark that you see just kind of roaming around and lost. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
But the way
it bounced kind of
so
back
kind
and
of
forth.
bounced back and forth. Where I think because the Costner scenes were so strong, they should have let off with those, and that would build sympathy for Clark, which you hadn't really earned yet. When you see him. So I think that was a mistake in my point of view there.
Mm-hmm. As far as
the movie's about 2 hours and 23 minutes long, and the first hour 10 minutes is probably set up, origin set up to the battle scenes.
Yeah.
The battle scenes in these though are fantastic.
Yeah, they
are really good, real well done. It's what you would want between guys that have immense superpowers.
Yeah, it's what you'd want to see.
Yeah. The movie also has, though, some god-awful product placement in this. I mean, a big scene where they're
just holding up a speed stick.
No. How about standing in front of a Sears store for about 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Like where two characters are talking, and right behind them is Sears.
Oh, I know. That's.
And also, let's destroy this IHOP and make sure we get the IHOP logo in.
Well,
I mean, it was very bad product placement, blatant.
That's
you got all the name brands.
That's I will defend that. I'll defend the Man of Steel by saying that's today's Hollywood, though.
Yes,
because
I know. It's just it wasn't real subtle.
Yeah.
Like
well, this is the end. They blatantly did that too, but with Carl's Jr. and stuff. But you know, comedy, it's a little more let it fly. But
this seemed just so
deep, dark, serious Superman movie.
Yeah. But the fight scenes, the battle scenes, especially between Superman and Zod, real good.
Yeah.
My problem is with this movie, in the theater, I was in it and enjoyed it. And then afterwards, it was kind of...
regret?
A lot of plot holes.
Regret.
No, because I got a
Kinda
free
like
ticket.
visiting a woman of the night.
But,
a little regret.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, but then I don't know.
And then you think about the final battle in Metropolis, and Superman and Zod probably killed about 250,000 people with their big brawl through the city. Yeah. And that was the thing, and it bothered me in the theater, and it bothered me and if you go back to the Superman 2, you see, Zod is messing with the people of Metropolis, and Superman is trying to save him. And this movie, Superman's just all about Zod, and there's no a skyscraper's falling, but let me go pick it up
and save some people. Christopher Reeve was always about smiling and helping the humans.
This Superman was more, there's no he never really ever stopped to try to help anybody, and that kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way.
There's a lot of collateral damage.
I think that a staggering amount of
collateral damage.
Damage.
I heard some of the supporting cast kind of just slept through their roles a little bit. Michael Shannon in particular, I've heard a bunch of critics ripping him apart.
Which
he's such a good actor that's just kind of
I like Michael Shannon. I don't know if this was the right role for him.
Really?
He's more of a he's more of a kind of a character actor, kind of, and for him to kind of play the lead, I was hoping. I mean, I don't know. I didn't.
He can carry the right movies, I think.
Yeah, I don't think though this role really didn't fit him. It's not that I thought he was bad. It's just I never really.
They could have found someone that embodied.
I think they could have got somebody a little bit better,
closer. Yeah,
a little bit better. And I like Michael Shannon, and I definitely did not have a problem with him in this. I mean, I didn't think he was.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's seen Taking Shelter or Bug or anything like that can't really deny that Michael Shannon's a really good actor.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. It just. I mean, I applaud him for trying something different, and I thought Amy Adams was a vast improvement over the last Superman movie, and over the last couple of crazy Margot Kidder.
Yeah, as far as her Lois Lane.
Oh, so poor crazy Margot.
So then it was nice, you see Lois Lane kind of doing some investigative reporting in this, and though they did use her as a prop a little too much because she seemed to be everywhere
all the time,
even when they didn't really need her.
I've heard, I don't know, I've read some complaints about the film. It seems to be getting kind of middle of the road reviews. Some people like it, a lot of people don't. But I mean, I've heard this kind of lacking in the fun department.
Yeah, this isn't a barrel of laughs.
But I mean, I've read reviews of Superman 1978, and Gene Hackman and Ned Beatty yuck it up too much. It's too
Yeah.
campy that way. But then there's other critics saying, well, this new Superman Man of Steel is missing some of that fun.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what do you people?
Well,
I mean, it's Superman. I feel like is such a hard character.
Well,
to
this one,
get
yeah,
just
it is.
right. It's
and
just
this one, it's the way they're telling the story. Clark is kind of at the beginning, he's feels burdened by these powers.
yeah,
It's not, it's
yeah,
it's a burden to him to have this, and
Yeah.
he spends this movie kind of finding himself and coming into his
yeah.
own. If that makes any
Was
sense.
I was curious? Was the musical score uplifting? Like when he was doing something, the
They
music seemed
do
so
not-
kind
Was there
of.
as much Inya in the actual movie as there
no.
was in the?
No, I actually liked the score. I thought the score was really good. There wasn't anything like what was in the trailer there. It was,
Yeah.
And this is also the first one that did not use the John Williams score, so they go totally
really?
different. Yeah, and so I
Did
know
that-
I liked the score, and I thought it was good.
That's good. Diane Lane's in it.
Yeah,
and
she plays a pivotal role. And one thing I liked is they do tweak some things to the Superman mythology, and some of it's for the better. So the where they go from here, it could be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the problems when you're doing a reboot or introducing a character. You have to do, you kind of have to do the origin, and that kind of drags it down because most of us are very familiar. It'll be the same thing 6 years from now when they reboot Iron Man because Robert Downey Jr. is not doing it anymore. We'll have to get another Iron Man origin story.
But I mean that. Yeah, I can't
same
even.
thing
But
with
see, I
Spider-Man.
can't even
This
fathom that though. But they redid Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
I didn't even watch that one.
And
So
you
I-
got
God, no. I
and you get another.
tried to, and-
And again, the first hour of that's telling you a story you just saw 8 years ago. I mean,
Right.
so I mean that's kind of one of. So it'll be nice to see what happens.
It's
with
Hollywood,
The next one.
yeah.
And I did just after watching this. I watched the first two of the Richard Donner ones, and I found it amazing. To me, it was like in the Superman appeared about over an hour into each of those movies.
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot of setup.
Yeah.
And in Superman 2, you get Superman like 5 minutes into the movie.
Oh yeah, they don't mess around.
So, and that's where I think it'll be a little bit.
If
Curious to see where they go.
If anything, all these remakes and
Yeah.
reboots, and I mean, for instance, you go see the new Star Trek Into Darkness. First thing you do when you get home is want to check out Wrath of Khan Part 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if I went and saw these, I'd probably be okay. I'm ready to check out the Superman movies again. Just the old
well,
ones.
maybe not Quest for Peace.
No, the first two. I don't
Yeah.
acknowledge Richard
You don't-
Pryor.
Come on, man.
Richard Pryor. No, I love Richard Pryor.
Kryptonite laced with tar. What's wrong with that, man?
Richard Pryor's so hot in '83.
Yeah.
Want some
But-
money?
Yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It just seems. I was real excited to take the family to see this at the drive-in, but then,
this will go over the kids' heads.
well, I just
That
think
would be pretty bored with unless you had something
I
for
might
them to
be
watch.
asleep by the done
Yeah.
with the intro and the setup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Here's the thought. Why don't you go hire Richard Donner to do the next one? He seems to have a good handle on the Superman take.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't seem to be directing anymore, but
Yeah.
so
All right. Well, so what's your cans on this one?
I'm going to go 3 cans right in the middle on this.
That's surprising.
I mean, there's a lot to like about it, and I know I was negative more than, but I mean, like
It's
I
hard
said,
not to focus on the negative.
in the theater, like I said, in the theater, for the most part, I was into it. The last hour, 20 minutes is very exciting, very good. Just like I said, the origin kind of drags it down. A little too many speeches by Costner and Crowe, and
Yeah.
they could, if they would have shortened that by a little bit, it'd have been a lot better film. But I'd say 3 cans.
All right.
Vast improvement over Superman Returns.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
couldn't-
they're heading in the right direction.
heading in the right direction, and we'll see what DC can do with their planned, Justice League, and from there on out. So, all right, we will return with more of the Big and Tall Movie Review Show right after this.